Hello, everybody. It's your old friend RJ City, and this is day 542 of unboxing these horrible cards. I can't believe they were ever made. These are how many we've gone through thus far. It must be more than half. There's no way we're not at least halfway through. If we're not, I'm going to lose it. Here's the next pack. We've been through this a bunch. I don't even need to talk about it. I don't even want to tell you what it is. Let's just open and hope they're not doubles. If they're doubles, I don't know. You can't complain. The company's out of business. I can't just sue them. Oh, I think this is new. Torn between two lovers. And don't let the image of Reginald Vell Johnson and the little child fool you. It's not about them. I don't think this card is referring specifically to them. But the kid there, Richie, has got Carl handcuffed. And I'm sure there's going to be a thing. And he's lost a key. Who knows? Let's read the back. Here, Carl teaches Ricky the ropes in police work. Meanwhile, Steve Urkel is busy running around looking for Rachel because he overheard her mention that she had a crush on Steve. Turns out, she was really talking about another Steve. There's so many Steves on Family Matters. But before Rachel can explain, Urkel refuses her love for the sake of Laura, his true snookums. He was possessive, he was creepy, and in today's society, Urkel would not fly. He would have been appropriately shunned. There's a time and a place. There's a reason we don't talk about him anymore. Look at this sexy fox piece of ass. Bob Saget here. Old Brown Eyes is the name of this. And it looks like he's gotten into Uncle Jesse's clothes. But doesn't he look attractive? Imagine if he was Uncle Jesse. How many people would have wanted to take him then? There's always room in Jesse's band for Rockin' Michelle, but is there room for Danny? To show everybody how cool he can be, dear old dad wants to sing with the band at a fundraiser for DJ's school. It's just that easy to raise money for schools. The most affluent neighborhood, and the school is out of money. Well, it sounds like a really bad idea to DJ. She'll die of embarrassment if her dad does something so dorky, which was a real popular term. There was a grave insult. And you see on the kitchen counter there, it's got a sign with a duck on it. And it says, welcome friends, which is weird. I think they had all that space there. And like, And then they were like, the kids' drawings. And then they realized they still had more space. Wasn't the best design choice. But here's something that's well designed. Good physical comedy by perfect strangers. This card is entitled Good Skates. Clearly, Larry is falling over because Bulky is so graceful. Bulky's like a gazelle. When Big Brothers holds a 10-hour skate-a-thon, in every 90s sitcom, you needed a hearty dose of charities and donations, or else there would be no obstacles. Larry and Bulky join the cause, except they can't roller skate, so they have to learn during the skate-a-thon. Like they really had to. These are thon shits. You write the name, you donate the money, and that's it. Larry brags to Jennifer that he'll skate the longest and raise the most money. It's all for Big Brothers. Hold on to a good cause. At the rink, both cousins do plenty of rolling around, but Bulky is eventually the one who rolls to victory. There's also a wonderful episode of Mad About You where they all have to keep their hands on a car. That one was interesting. And Paul Reiser is blind in it for some reason. Let's move on here. This has all been a very Winslow Christmas. You got the whole fam there. Isn't that adorable? And Steve, where the fuck is Steve's parents? It's my question. It's got that huge house. You never see one mother, one father, anything. And every one of his relatives would always be played by Steve. No Christmas would be complete without Santa Claus, reindeer, snow, mistletoe, and, in the Winslow case, Steve Urkel. After finding out that Steve was going to spend Christmas alone, Laura invites him to stay with the Winslows. What a horrible family the Urkels are, that he has to spend Christmas alone. Invites him to stay with the Winslows, and they all have a very merry Urkel Christmas. Must have gotten up to some shit there that annoyed it. Why don't you say, Steve, it's enough. You need a family, That's the sad thing, is that he's just a victim of bad parenting. Speaking of bad parenting, here's the wedding between Lori Loughlin and John Stamos, who definitely, I don't know if they had sex. They definitely made out at some point. Rebecca Donaldson, solid fake name, and Jesse Katsopoulos, if you couldn't tell he's Greek. Do you take each other as husband and wife? Well, maybe. Their long-awaited wedding day had arrived, and they are already at the church, except for the bridegroom. Jesse tries to rid himself of the pre-wedding jitters by parachuting, but gets caught in a tree before landing. You know, when that happens, they organize all these wonderful parachuting events. They never look out for the trees that have been there for decades. So who saves them? Rebecca, of course. That sounds like a stupid episode. I'm happy I've never seen it. And finally, going back to my favorites, Perfect Strangers, and a card entitled Black Widow. And they're rock climbing. They don't have the carabiners or ropes or anything. Let's find out why. Larry's paranoia has gone too far. While suspecting Marianne of being a mass murderer, this is an episode. Larry tries to save Balky from her plot to kill him. Instead, he ends up getting himself stuck on the side of a mountain. Just a mountain. Look at the spacing here. Look at how horrible these cards are. That's like 3 inches. Innocent Marianne rescues them both, but will Jennifer ever forgive Larry for being such a madman? Yes, because he probably made love to her in an incredible amount of ways. Well, that was a pack that was not a double. It was very exciting. We had rock climbing. We had police work. We had a Christmas, but we didn't have Steve Urkel's parents.